Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Early Show, the show for early birds, where I just sit here and talk for a few minutes while everybody gets notifications that I'm live and all the good stuff and catch up and so forth. So, welcome. I hope you are doing well. I hope you are staying cool. If it is hot where you are, it is hot where I am. So, if you hear a noise in the background, I'm sorry. I have a fan going. And yeah, just trying to stay cool. I have a glass of ice cold water here with ice in it. So water with ice in it. Ice water. Yeah. Welcome. All right. Huzzah. It's warm where I live. Let's see, it's 84 degrees Fahrenheit currently. Hello, molded. So it's about almost 29 degrees Celsius right now outside. Yeah. I have the windows closed and a fan going to help keep me cool. Welcome. I always sit down getting ready to stream much earlier than I need to. Like, I've been sitting here for almost an hour. I mean, I had to schedule the stream, and that didn't take very long. And then I'm like, okay, well, now I'm here. So, yeah. It's, oh my goodness, 35 degrees Celsius there. That's, I thought it was warm here. And I did the conversion for you. So it said it was 28.888888 degrees here. But 35, that's ridiculous. And it's only 1 p.m. in the afternoon here, but it's not supposed to get much hotter than it is currently. What would that be for here? Celsius 35. 95 degrees Fahrenheit. Yikes. Yeah, we haven't gotten that warm. We've been in the 80s. But welcome. I hope you're able to stay cool, have air conditioning or some such. Kind of busy, so I'll mostly AFK, do my best to get involved. Awesome. No problem. Got a couple minutes before it officially starts playing the game. And it, I'm meaning me. Almost swallowed an ice cube. They've gone invisible. The ice cubes, that is. Just a fan and plenty of water. Yes, I have a fan going. I don't think you can hear it in the background, but if you can, I apologize. And while you're here, don't forget to hit that like button. Hopefully get the stream out to more viewers and such. Is it 1 o'clock yet? No. All right. Now the clock has turned over. on my computer anyway. Everything else is, I still have a little bit of time. Well, we're gonna go ahead and go. So let's bring you into the tabletop. And there we go. Hello and welcome. I think everything is in frame, including my mouse, which, you know, whatever. So let's recap where we are. I'm playing Be Like a Crow. I'm playing as Giselle, the juvenile raven, in a fantasy setting. And we completed our third objective last stream, which was to take the Shard of Gaul and put it in the river. And on the way to completing that, we ran into the spirit of a pirate, and he gave us a quest to find his bones and lay him to rest. And he was a pirate who died in a shipwreck on the coast. So I'll pull up the map so we can take a look at that. And we are right there at the river. So the pirate down to the southeast, there is the coastline, and he died in a shipwreck down there along the coast. And then we ran into an elder raven named Soul Stealer, who told us about an evil coin, or an evil doubloon, that we need to find and throw into the ocean. This was the coin of endless riches. Our pirate friend knows it quite well. It's part of how he met his doom. He had this coin, and it curses the owner to desire and accumulate all the riches they can, and being a pirate, he did just that, and he had so much booty and so much wealth on his ship that it became too heavy and it sank and crashed on the shore. So yeah, we have two objectives. We have to go find this cursed coin, which somehow through animal intervention made its way to the forest in the northeast, toward the southern edge of the forest. And then we have to go find, I'm getting distracted. Then we have to go to the coast to throw it into the ocean. And while we're at the ocean, we need to find the remains of our pirate friend, whom we did not give a name to. We probably should have. I didn't pull up any random name charts. Oh no. Okay. I feel like I gave myself a paper cut on my finger. But yeah, that's how things are going. Oh yeah, and then we, you know, ended the last stream by being attacked by a seagull, by the river. We defeated him. No, we didn't. We ran away because he was beating us up. But we did, drop the Shard of Gaul into the river and completed that objective. So, today we need to move on. So, let's get going. We have 2 injuries currently. I believe we received from the gull. So we need to take off and see what happens along the way. Move my notebook over so we have room for the cards. I have my actual dice rolling tray here on the table with us today because I'm not playing D&D with it, so it's available. And I figured that's easier because the lid, this wicker thing I was using is kind of convexed in the middle, and I felt it was throwing off my dice rolls. So, all that to say, let's get into it. So first we're going to get out our game book and open our events in flight. and generate an event. What's going to happen as we take off from the river towards heading towards the forest? So we're taking off and we are flying to our next hex right here. And we got the 4 of clubs, which is a tailwind, gives you haste. You immediately advance to an adjacent hex. Awesome. We did that. I don't know if we should just go to the next hex, because that was like, I guess that was taking off. So now we're in the next hex, and our next event in flight is a flock of swallows offered to guide you to a location of your choice. If you accept, you need only take 1 turn per every 2 hexes traveled until you arrive at your destination. So I guess we're supposed to do 2 turns per hex. That makes sense. Okay, so a flock of swallows aids us. We had a tailwind and a flock of swallows. Awesome. So we're making tail, as they say, expeditiously. All right. So we're going to move on to the next hex, and our event there will be 7. Oh no! Another hostile seagull is protecting their territory. Enter combat, or make an evade check to avoid them. If you choose to evade, you must travel to a hex immediately to your left or right before taking another turn. Do we fight them? Let's see. Should I fight the seagull? That is a 3, which is a yes. Okay. Let's fight the seagull. All right. So, seagull has some stats. Where did he go? He has, oh, we have that up there already. Okay, so we don't have to. So we have a +2 to attacks and evades. He has 4 HP, and he does 1 damage per turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Huzzah. All right, now let's go back to combat to remember how this works. Okay. I want to make sure I'm doing it correctly. All right, so we already have 2. So in Be Like a Crow, you always act first. So he's attacking us to defend his area. We're going to, what are our skills? We can try to scare him. And what does scare give us? Used to intimidate other creatures you encounter. And I'm guessing if we succeed on scaring him, that could give us a bonus to our next attack. Not really anything saying that. Okay, let's just go with a peck attack, although we could use claw with authority because of our rogue's toolkit. Let's just, okay, our difficulty to attack is going to be a 1. Okay. So yeah, we attack. We get a king. Plus, I said peck. +2, so 13, 15 to hit. Yeah, okay. So we take down 1 hit off the seagull. Awesome. And now add the number of ticks. Oh. Draw a card for... Oh, okay. So draw a card for your opponent and add their attack evade. Oh, okay. Our attack goes... Oh, okay. I'm doing it wrong. Well, we'll say we did that anyway, so that's fine. Next round, we'll do it correctly. So, now we draw a card for opponent and add your opponent's attack evade score, which they have a +2. So 7, 8, 9. Okay, okay, this is their... Okay, so they have an attack score of 9. We need to draw a card and add the number of ticks to your evade skill to the value for the evade score. And we can evade with authority, so that means drawing 2 cards and take the higher. We got a joker. We succeed. Yay! We're just going to go ahead and use that joker to succeed. We evade. And then we move on. So next round. So the way we're supposed to do this, our attack, we choose whether to attack. So we're going to go with... Do we do a peck again? Yeah, let's stick with a peck. Okay, so we're going to peck. And draw a card and add the number of ticks from your chosen combat skill to this value. Okay, so this is our attack. We got another... Okay, we're going to keep that one. It's our other joker. Okay, a 2 plus, I said peck, +2, that's a 4. Okay, and now we draw a card for our opponent, and this is their evade score. So our attack is only 4. They drew a 1, +2 from their evade score. So that's only a 3, and we attack. That means we attack them and get them down another one. Yay! All right, next. Then we draw a card for our opponent's attack. So that is a 9. Ooh, +2 is 11. And then we evade. And with authority, and we get a 10. Oh no, we have an 11, a jack. Okay, +1 is 12. So we succeed. Woof! We are dexterous. We are ducking and weaving. Ducking and weaving. Yeah, dodging, weaving. We're dodging and weaving. All right, so we got this seagull down to half health. All right, next, we're going to do a claw attack this time. We do a claw with authority, so we can choose 2 and take the higher. They're both 9s. That was a waste of an authority. That's okay. So 9 + 1, that's a 10, is our attack. And then the opponent's evade score is an 11 +2, so they evade our attack. They've been watching us dodge and weave, and they decided to dodge and weave themselves. So, all right. Now they get to attack us. So, their attack score, is a 12 +2 is 14. And in our evade score, we evade with authority. That's a +1. We got a 7. They hit us. Ouch. Okay, we've got 1 damage. So now we're up to 3 damage total. Ouch. They finally landed a hit on us. Okay. Oh no. All right, that's okay. Next, we decide we're going to do, let's do the peck attack again, because we think we did that really well. So add our peck. Ooh, okay, a 3 + 2 for peck, that's 5 is our attack, and then their evade score is 6 + 2, that's an 8. Dang it, we missed again. Okay, they've hit us once, but we've hit them twice. We're doing good. Okay, let's continue. So their attack score is going to be a 3 +2, so they get a 5 attack, and then our evade with authority is a 7 plus, what did I have? 1, 8. We evade. Whew. Another duck and weave. Duck and weave. All right. We gotta get these guys down. We gotta get them down. You know, we were flying with a bunch of swallows. They've taken off. They've left us. They've abandoned us. All right. A joker plus, oh, I didn't say what we're doing. We're doing a peck attack. All right. So a peck, that's +2, so that's going to be a 13 to hit them, and their evade score is going to be an 8 +2, that's 10. They take another point of damage. All right, they're looking rough. They've got 1 point of health left. They're going to attack us. They got a 9 +2 is an 11, and our evade is going to be a 5. Oh, we do it with authority too. 10 +1 is 11, so that's meets. And if it's equal, you sustain, and then if their attack score is higher or equal, yep. So they hit us. Oof, we've got four injuries now. Okay, 4 score and 7 years ago. All right, we got to take this. We got to take the seagull out. We can't. We're on a mission. All right. We're going to claw with authority. That's too many cards. Claw. All right, that's a king +1, so that's 14 on our attack, and their evade is, ooh, a queen, which is, oh wait, this is 13. Yeah, I said 14, and a queen is 12 +2. We meet them, and they're dead. Or unconscious. Success. All right. We defeat them. That's the word I'm looking for. We defeated the seagull. All right. Huzzah. All right, that was our 1 action in that hex. And we currently have 4, so we're going to use our joker. Draw joker. Automatically heal 2 injuries. Yes. So we are going to use our joker to heal 2 injuries. That brings us back down to 2 injuries. And put that back in the deck. And then let's go ahead and land, and we can do make a preen check. All right. So we're going to land, and our preen is a +1, so we need to do a check. To do a check, we need to determine the difficulty. It's a 5, and we have a +1 to preen, so we need to get a 4 or better on the card, and we got a 5, so that's success. We heal 1 injury, leaving us with just 1 injury, and that's fine. All right. We healed. All right, so now we're on the land. Let's get an event on land. Now that we're down here, I need a glass of water, a sip of water. All right, so we're on land. And what happens when we're down there? We're hungry, of course, because we just had a really big fight and we were injured and we, healed ourselves. So now we're hungry. We need to make a search to check for our favorite snack. Okay. So our search skill is +2. So the difficulty is going to be a 10. So we need an 8 or better. We got a jack. We succeed. Haha. All right. We're hungry. We succeed, and we can find our favorite snack. Our favorite snack is blackberries. See, if you fail, you become fatigued. Ooh. Well, good thing we didn't fail. You can make another check. Okay. We find blackberries. That is canon. That is our favorite food. Okay. So we're here. We find our blackberries. We have a rest. We've been flying for a while. Let's see. I think we take off in the morning. We took off in the morning in the last session, and then we found magpies, and we did a bunch of stuff. So yeah, I think we had 2 fights with seagulls. So it's time to take a night's rest. So we are going to rest for the night and take off again in the morning. And while we're down here, it does say once per hex we can preen, but I think, you know, since we're resting, we can go ahead and do another preen check. And preening is just the way we heal ourselves, tend to our wounds. So we have an 8, and our preen was +2? +1. 7 + 1 is an 8. So we succeeded to preen and heal our last injury. Awesome. We are at full health, no injuries. We are doing well. All right. Just checking the stream. Looks like it's going okay. And if you're here and you haven't hit the like button, thank you. I like my dice tray. It makes rolling a lot easier. All right. So, yes, we preened, we spent the night. Is it sunny the next morning? Or no. But in a positive, it looks like the clouds are parting. So I guess I can move that over here. There we go. I wish there was a way I had a place to put my mouse so it wasn't on screen, but you know, that's fine. Or I could put this down here. I'll probably knock it off with my arm, but we'll give it a shot. All right. We've gone through almost all the deck already. Combat. Combat does that. All right. Let's go ahead. Did we only generated 1 event on land, so in the morning we're going to generate another one, and our next event is the 3. Oh, we find a cryptic message made of sticks laid out on the floor. Make a signal check. If you succeed, you can generate a new objective based on the message. We already have 2 objectives. I mean, we can have as many as we want. All right. What is our signal? I feel a sneeze coming on. We have a +1 in signal, and we can do all, it's a social interaction. We can do all social interactions with authority because we are a raven. It's fine. Kind of mystical the way it flashes colors. Yeah, I like the rainbow on my mouse. My keyboard also changes colors, but not in a rainbow like that. You just can't see my keyboard at the moment. All right, so let's do our signal check. Difficulty is 1. We have a +1 to signal, and we got a 2. Okay, so what is our new objective? 4. Oh no. A character has stolen an object from somebody else, and we have to travel somewhere to retrieve it. Okay. Okie dokie. Message and sticks. Make those go away for a moment. There we go. Message and sticks. All right. New objective. All right. So here we go. Characters. Characters. Queen of Spades. A tavern owner. Okay. A tavern owner. Throw out a name for the tavern owner. Has stolen. Oh no. It's it. Oh, I wonder if it's Magnus. Oh, that could be interesting. Has stolen what? An object. 10 of hearts. A small comb is shaped like a miniature lyre. It can be used to make a brain check with authority. That's fine. It's called Qi Gao Tian Wang. I'm probably pronouncing that really badly, so we're just gonna call it the lyre comb. Stolen the lyre, Lyre comb. And who has he stolen it from? Stolen it from 8. The mayor. Oh. Stolen from the mayor. Mayor of... There must be many taverns in this land, which is no bad thing. Yes, there are. There's one city, and well, there's a city, a harbor town, which looks just as big as the city, and then there's 2 villages. I'm sure each village has at least 1 tavern. The city has at least 6, and the harbor town, being a harbor town, probably has at least 10. And we're up, let's see, we are here, so it's probably somebody from the harbor town. So we're mayor of Harbor Town. And maybe that's just the name of it, Harbor Town. Because they were really original. And yeah, we need to attempt to retrieve it. Now it does say we have to go somewhere to get it. We have to generate a location. Okay. Where is it? It's in the 2 of hearts. Okay, that makes sense. It's in a tavern in a dark alley. Yeah, of course. Tavern in a dark alley. That totally makes sense because it is the tavern owner. All right. So a tavern owner whose name we do not know unless you give him one has stolen the lyre comb from the mayor of Harbor Town, and we have to find it in a tavern in a dark alley. Okay, we have a lot of quests which require us to go into taverns, not gonna lie. Well, this is only the second one, but yeah. The lyre comb in tavern, harbor town. or however it's spelt, Joffrey is the name of our tavern owner. Okay. I assume that's what you were going for, is Joffrey. Tavern owner. Joffrey. Got it. All right, tavern owner Joffrey. Cool. All right. What? Who made that mysterious, cryptic message in sticks? Yeah, he sounds like a creep. Definitely not Magnus. Magnus is a nice guy, and he's over in the village of Faunel, which is the one in the middle south of the map. I think that's Faunel. Maybe that one's Sylvania. Nope, that one's Faunel. The other one. To the west is Sylvania. Alright. So, that's what happens. Let's take off. And our first event in flight. Create your own. So we are going to advance to here. So we can create our own event that happens in flight. Or I can draw again. Is anything coming to mind? We said it was cloudy in the morning and it looks like the clouds are gonna clear. So maybe we run into a rain cloud. Yeah, so we fly into a rain cloud. And we need to do a navigation check then to make sure we stay on the right path. Otherwise, we might end up going the wrong way. So navigate is a +2. Our difficulty is a 3. So we need a 1. We got a queen. So we succeed. We don't get lost. We come out to rain cloud in the right area. All right. And the coin we're looking for is going to be like just north of us. So let's generate another event in flight, I guess. For okay. We're getting better at combat, but we seem to get a bunch of situations when we fly. Yeah. All right, so it says we meet a magpie. So yeah, we meet a magpie who tells us where we can find an object. So we're gonna say we run into this magpie and we're like, hey, have you seen some wicked looking coin? Maybe gives off an a bad feeling to it, and they're like, oh yeah. That's their name. That's their voice. Yeah, we know where that is. And he's gonna tell us where to find it, which is in the next text, but we know that. We know approximately where it is, but they're gonna tell us specifically where it is. And then in the next text we can land and pick it up. But then we must take 2 further turns on land before we can leave that hex. So yeah, yeah. I know where that is. I know where that is. It's right over here. And so we fly over here and we are able to land and we acquire the coin. Okay, so we acquire our evil doubloon, the coin of endless riches. Am I asking you? Am I asking you what? All right, so we meet him, and yeah, we now have the coin of endless riches. That was pretty easy. Yay! You thought the stream had froze? Oh, sorry. No. I probably was paused to write. I don't like to go back and watch the video afterwards to write down notes, so I try and write my notes as I go, and sometimes it makes me stop to pause. Alright, so we have the coin of riches. Endless riches. Alright, so now we have the coin. I put it in my inventory. Now we need to take it to the ocean. Bring the map back up, which means we need to fly south. I indicate with my mouse and you guys can't see it, so that's fine. We are here, and we need to fly south, but it says we have to generate 2 events on land before we can leave this. So we have 2 cards left before I have to reshuffle. So we have landed, and let's see what our events on land are going to be. The first one is a 6 of hearts. We meet somebody. Okay, who do we meet? We meet somebody. We meet characters. 4 of hearts. A relapsed cleric. That's a new one. All right. We meet a relapsed cleric. It's relapsed cleric. Does that mean they like lost their faith and now they've regained it? That's a weird. Or they've just lost their faith. My grasp of English in this context is evading me. So if you have feedback, let me know what you think. Is it a cleric who lost their faith and then have regained it, or is it just a cleric who's lost their faith? Either way, we need to do a befriend. And yeah, if we successfully befriend them, they'll tell us about something. And otherwise, they flee. So I need to shuffle up the cards. So if we succeed, they can tell us about an object in a certain location. So maybe we should ask them, should we ask them about the tavern? But that's not an object, that's a place. Well, I mean, maybe, oh, a shipwreck. A shipwreck is an object, technically. Okay, we asked them about a shipwreck on the coast. Or, no. Okay, what can we ask them about? It says we ask them about an object, or they'll tell us about an object in a certain location. I don't really want to generate another object. That failed. So let's ask them about a location. Do they know? Can we ask them about a location? No. I'm not listening to you anymore. All right, we're just gonna shuffle the. I hate shuffling this way. This is sucks. Okay, we'll just. So our befriend. We have a +3 and we can do it with authority. So the difficulty to befriend this relapsed cleric is a 4. So we need a 1 or better and we do it with authority. We got a 1, but we also have a 7. So we take the higher of the 2 and +3, we got a 10. So we befriend him. Okay. So he tells us about it says an object and location. I don't want an I want him to tell us about okay, he's going to tell us about a shipwreck. He's going to tell us okay, does he know the location of a shipwreck on the coast? 1, yes. I like you better now. All right. So he tells us about the location of shipwreck. All right. And then let me pull up my map. And let me hide this one momentarily. There we go. So here is my map, and I'm gonna la 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 la. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the shipwreck is right outside of Harbor Town. Okay, so on the official map, it's gonna be more like we're there. Actually, I'm gonna leave you there, and we're gonna use my second token, and the shipwreck is we're saying the shipwreck is right about here. I don't have a shipwreck token, but that's where the shipwreck is on the map. Awesome. And the harbor town has docks that are along the river. So that's what we're looking like. Okay, so we have our coin and we need to take off. That was our first event on land. We have to generate another one. So thank you, Elapsed Cleric. Still don't know what a lapsed cleric is, if they've lost their faith or regained their faith. I don't know. No, that was our second event on land because our first one was finding the message. Okay, so now we can take off. Huzzah! All right, let's generate an event in flight. That is a 9. It says you meet an elder of your species and they have a mission for you. You know what? We're going to evade him because we already have 3 objectives. We don't need any more. So let's try to evade this guy. What's our evade? A +1, and we have authority. So our difficulty is 11. And we got a joker. We automatically succeed. We evade. We see this guy coming and we're like, nope, not today. And then we carry on. Carry on my wayward bird. Oop, I'm moving the wrong thing. Give me my token. There we go. So we fly down. We're heading south. South for the winter. All right. Cool. I guess we draw another event in flight. See, I don't remember that we had to do that. Events. Combat. just double checking because I was like, I don't remember there having to be 2 events in flight, but maybe I'm wrong. Travel. Flying, you can use a turn to move between hexes. However, when you enter a hex, you must generate at least 1 event flight before moving to the next. Okay. She's like, I didn't think we had to do 2. Alright, so that one successfully got us 1 hex southward. Awesome. Alright, next hex event in flight. We are hungry again. Okay. Well, we did skip breakfast, so let's go ahead and we're gonna land down here. And we're going to do a search check for food. We're hungry like the wolf. Okay. Wait, did we do an event for the first flight? Yes. Wow, short-term memory is gone. Because I was like, did we do something? Yes, we evaded an elder. Alright, the 6 of spades. Oh, we're hungry. That's right. Oh my goodness. This heat is getting to me, apparently. Alright, we need to search for food. Okay, we have a +2 to search. So we have an 11 as our difficulty. Ooh, okay. We got a queen. Yay, we succeed. Awesome. We find more food. This time we're gonna find, let's find raspberries, because I like raspberries. Raspberry. Hooray. Okay, so we find raspberries. And then when we land, just gonna double check. Flying, landing, you choose to land and explore a little bit. You must generate at least 2 land defense before you can take off. Okay, so we need to generate an event on land, 2 of them. So the first one is a 7. No! You find a message scratched into the dirt by another of your species who needs help. You can generate a new objective. Another objective. Do I generate yet another objective? Or do I ignore it? I mean... I've got half of one objective done, but I've already still got 2 more objectives to do. And then... yeah. We have to help them? Okay, fine. We will generate an objective. No! Oh, okay. Well, we have experience doing this one. Maybe we should draw again. A necromancer has captured a raven. Well, yeah, because we'll say it's this raven who left the message, okay? And intends to sacrifice them at the next full moon. Yeah, we need to travel somewhere to attempt to say them. All right. So a necromancer has yeah. All right, a necromancer has a raven. We need a name for the raven. Has a raven. And they're going to they are in to sacrifice. There are a lot of ravens. I mean, there are a lot of, yeah, necromancers. This is the third necromancer. Well, I mean, the first one was already gone. This is the third time I've had a run in with necromancers. No. So the raven's name is Lucky or Deadmeat. To sacrifice. They are in Harbor Town. Because I said so. But we need an object. So we need to do a dance ritual while holding no way that okay. Okay. According to the cards and the fates that we need to do the ritual against the necromancer while holding the lyre comb. Oh, which we were going to find anyway. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. And I'm just calling it the lyre comb because I don't want to offend anybody by mispronouncing Chi Guao Chiang Wang. Yeah, I can't pronounce that. So it's the lyre comb. Okay. That is fate. That's like, you know, like finding a pirate and having to put his bones to rest and then finding an objective to get a doubloon that needs to go into the sea. Like, why? Is it the fates? Is it just the way my brain works? Why are all my objectives linked together? Defeat Necro with home. Okay. Okay. Yeah. That okay. Well, when is the next full moon? Oh, good point. Let's see. Cycles are 28 days. So we'll roll 12 because last time it was really light. That rolled way over there. It's an 11. So the next full moon is 11 days away. Thank you. Full moon in 11 days. Full moon in 11 days. So we have to take less than 11 days to get this done. Not a problem. Weird. Old world is this. I don't know what that was. That was just. All right. That was one event on land. Let's get something. Wait. Wait. No. Okay. I was like, I saw there was an event on land that's You're Hungry. The You're Hungry when we landed, it was actually an event in flight. So we need to make another event on land. We spot an object on the ground and we take it. We can't take anything. Our hands are full. Fine. What do we spot? We'll mark it on the map. Spot an object. What is that object? King. Ooh, a dragon's tooth. I like that one. Let's see what it does before we say no to it. Whilst holding this, claw attacks can be made with authority. And when successful, inflict 2 injuries. Ooh, okay. Alright. We might drop. Let me look at our objects. I'm getting all out of discombobulated. So we have the Rogue's Toolkit, which allows us to make claw attacks with authority, as does the Dragon's Tooth. But we can also use Tool with authority. But I'd rather inflict more damage, I think. Alright, we're going to drop the Rogue's Toolkit and pick up the Dragon's Tooth. Also, I got a better pencil. This is my D&D pencil. It has an eraser on it versus the other one I've been using. Alright, a Dragon's Tooth. So, claw with authority. And then damage. 2 damage. Awesome. Okay. And then we will make a note on the map. I have to pull up the map because I forgot where I'm at. Here we are. So that's going to be approximately here on my map. And this is the Rogue's Toolkit. I'm sure we'll find another one. Hide the toolkit somewhere. We'll leave it under a rock. How's that? All right. So we picked that up. And leave Rogue's Toolkit under a rock. Can we store stuff for later? Yeah. Thank you. I like my good pencil. Lucky there's no thieves around. Oh, wait. It's us. We're the thieves. It's a Lacosta pencil. I don't know where I got it. It's just in my collection. But the actual eraser on it is hard. That's how old the pencil is. Anywho's, moving on. All right, so that was our second event on land. And then let's go ahead and take off in flight and move to our next hex. Next hex, please. And that is 6. I was like, what's the Shard of Gaul? No, that's an object, not an event in flight. For when you really need to erase something. Event in flight. A headwind slows you down. Take another turn in this hex. Oh no. Okay, the queen. You fly into bad weather. Oh no. Make a search check for a place to take shelter. Alright. Well, we are flying over the river. I'm pretty close to it. So a search check. And we were doing really well. I think this may be telling us the weather has turned. So much for this, weather clearing up, but search +2 difficulty is a 2. So we get a 5. We success. So we search for a place to shelter. If you succeed, you descend and take your next 2 turns on land. All right. So looking at the map where we are, just hide me for a minute. We're right at the edge of this bridge. Better off walking for now. Yeah, so we're gonna shelter under the bridge. And since it's been an hour, we might say that we call it the end of the stream. Ooh, are there trolls under this bridge? It's a 6. No. And negative. It's crowded with a bunch of other birds. There are many birds taking shelter under this bridge. But there are no trolls. Okay. I could go longer, or I could call it there for now. We did quite a bit. We're almost to Harbor Town, so we need to go west to the ocean to drop off the coin, and then head into town, or do we go to the shipwreck? Where to? We'll have to figure that out next time, I guess. I think I'm gonna decide to call it. It's hot. I've been doing this for an hour. My water is almost gone. And we're gonna spend the night and let the storm pass. Because on the coastline there are a lot of storms, so that makes sense that there's a storm, and yeah, it's fine. It is what it is. So let me put these guys away. All right, get all this up here. So yeah, we started off, we attacked a seagull, defeated them, we got hungry, we rested, we got a new objective about a tavern owner that had stolen this lyre comb in Harbor Town. We flew into a rain cloud, we found a magpie who showed us where the coin of endless riches is, we acquired the coin of endless riches. We met a cleric who told us where the location of a shipwreck is on the coast. Whether it's the right one or not, who knows? Oh, lots of... Ooh, we could probably float down the river. Whoa, we'll see. Yeah, then we were hungry. We found another objective of a raven that has been captured by a necromancer in Harbor Town. It means I need to find a map for Harbor Town, or create a map for Harbor Town for the next stream. Make a note. Map for Harbor Town. Next stream. Okie dokie. Well, that's gonna do it. If you enjoyed it and you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and do so. And if you're new here and you haven't hit the subscribe button, do that while you're here. And I will be back next Wednesday to continue this. And then someday we'll become an adult. We actually have to complete one more objective and then we become an adult raven. And then we have to complete a whole bunch more objectives. We have, what, 4 objectives now? Yes. Whew. All right. Thank you for watching and tuning in. And until next time, take care of yourselves, stay cool, and be yourself. I'll see you later. Bye.